them come. This is their fate.
All right. Let me get the Birdman hands. There we go. All right. Welcome back to the House of Wolves podcast. I am your host, Deontay, here with my near and dear friends, Jalen and Josh. I haven't talked to them in quite a while. Got a lot to catch up on. A lot of interesting things happened over the last few weeks. But yeah, we're here to bring you more topics, more convo, and real what's those gritty takes. We got some hot takes, got some cold takes. But yeah, some interesting conversation to be had. Am I right, guys?
Got some cold cuts too.
Got some cold cuts. Got nice some cold dog and me a nice soul pop. Got me some Kool-Aid. You know?
Yeah, big old guy. Kool-Aid.
Hot dog. I saw those trucks. Hot dog. Yeah, she saw those trucks. But anyways, that's an inside joke y'all know nothing about.
They look up Detroit Kool-Aid lady.
Detroit Kool-Aid lady. Yeah, look up Detroit Kool-Aid lady. Y'all see her. But yeah, we ain't got nothing going on. We got some topics for y'all, and we're gonna talk about some things as usual. But before we start, I always start with the same old. How my fellas doing? Jalen, Josh, inform the people of how you're doing today. How's your week going? Things of that nature.
Mm-hmm. The mic is yours, Jalen.
Mic check. About beatbox, not just playing. Nah, mine. Man, I've been telling y'all about this rotation, man. They got me all the way effed up, man. These commutes, bro, ain't gonna be getting off on time. But I'm gonna digress.
Oh my god,
dude, they just been taking up like Brian being able to work out and stuff like that, man. They got me going across the 7 seas. But I mean, it's straight though, man. I'm just taking it day by day. I got to see some of my folks back at the crib. I ain't seen them in like a month. That's probably like the only time I ain't been to Kalamazoo. But other than that, man, everything's smooth. I'm on here with my boys. I can't complain.
Life's good. We love to see it. We love to see black man thriving. Get to that education, my guy. Get to that education.
Education, boy.
What about you, Josh? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, starting a second job soon. Y'all know me, always working.
Oh my god, always getting the job.
It's at the school. Like I said, I'm be a TA this semester, so that's good opportunities.
I give you 3 months.
You got that back on.
I ain't saying I'm doing forever.
You know, you gotta keep the cop out. He said, I ain't never said this a lifelong dream. You know, it's good. That was me. Yeah, Josh is funny. But he keep a job though. I don't know. He must not be putting on those terminations, not the terminations, but the walkouts on the resume or something. I don't know, man.
PNC ain't on there.
Oh man, but yeah.
I mean, they worked for a while. AT&T one.
Oh yeah, that was like not even training, right? That was like, man, I'm called you. It's like it was like a 2-day check or something. But yeah.
It's like what they say. There's like, oh boy hit me up. He said, "Hey, where your boy at? He ain't answering the phone." Like, he's supposed to come in. He just never came in. I was like, I don't know where he at, bro. Whole time I'm his roommate.
Josh is very responsible now. That was old Josh, right? That was old Josh. The new Josh, he very responsible.
I mean, if you look at the news, they're gonna be talking about jobs and people not having jobs, people walking out of IHOP. I just say know your worth, but still do what you gotta do to feed your family.
He said know your worth. Know yourself, know your worth. Yeah, you know, with the famous Drake lines. Okay. Well, I've been doing the same old, playing the game, chilling, living life, enjoying some vacations I got, nice times, but yeah, I ain't been doing nothing. Back to work as usual, which is, yeah, you know when you go on vacation, it's always that first day that hits you the hardest. So after that, it's gonna be back to regular schedule programming. So I'm cool. But we got plenty of things to talk about. Actually, this week's has been pretty interesting. A lot of stuff has happened. A lot of extra stuff been dropping. People been a lot of previews and things like that. So, not bad, not bad, not bad. Say if I say so for myself. But yeah, well, I forget the first thing we kind of want to talk about. I know we're going to be talking about Back for Blood. We're going to be talking about Halo Infinite. That new Apex just dropped with the new with Seer OP character of them all. We're gonna be talking about it's a few things I wanted to talk about, but those are the ones that come to mind immediately. Where would y'all like to start this time?
It don't really matter. I mean, you want to start with the Ascent because I feel like that's the earliest thing we did, and I don't know, maybe the shortest.
Oh yeah. You're right. We can talk. Yeah, we can start with this. So we don't got no segues here, so y'all just gonna get the topic. But Ascent is if you don't know, it's a new game that came out recently. It's
on
yeah,
PC and Xbox right
Xbox,
now.
correct? And it's on Game Pass if you have that. And it was what, $30, $29.99, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's
It is,
30.
yeah, it's a shorter game. It's a looter It's like a dungeon crawler, kind of like a Diablo esque type of game, but it's all about shooting and looting and going through levels. But it has missions. It has a story. It has co-op multiplayer. It has cross-play. So it has a lot of these big name features that you usually get for AAA titles, but it's at a $30 price tag, which is nice. So I mean, I'm gonna start with the that good stuff. They're doing the right thing there, where they're not charging you a arm and a leg for a game that's shorter for the type of genre it's in. It should probably reflect that pricing correctly. So on that front, you're getting a decent experience graphically, mechanically. The gameplay is solid. You don't get no problems there. So, but yeah, well, I wouldn't say gameplay you wouldn't get any problems. That's what we're going to talk about next. So, from my experience with playing the Ascent, it's just how do you say, outrider ish. It's not a bad game. It's just very glitchy and broken, and sometimes it feels as if you're fighting the game more than you're enjoying the game. Because there's so much you have to kind of compensate for, whether it's the um, online matchmaking, which are like co-op multiplayer, whether that's the actual game loading, it's the scenes or the next areas, or getting you the prompts that you need to move forward. Whether that's deleting in a looter shooter, that's crazy. Deleting your actual stuff you just earned. That really sucked. But yeah, it's giving me Outrider vibes, man. It's just not where I thought it would be, and for so many people to be singing its praises, I feel like nobody actually played through this game with another person, or at least attempted to. I think they all played it solo, which might be fine, but if you're actually playing this game with someone else, you're gonna run into a ton of issues. But I think me and you, Josh, may played it. Jalen did not. He doesn't. He still don't own the Xbox. We gotta obviously. That's unfortunate. It's it's something that we need to resolve soon, quickly. But Jalen ain't gonna do nothing about that.
Start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, start a GoFundMe. Say, no, you just need to go to Target and get one, or go to Best Buy and get one. That's all you need to do. But
GoFundMe.
nah, man, no, not a dime will be wasted. But yeah, the Ascent. My point of view It's a solid right now. It's a solid 6 out of 10. It would be an 8 if it didn't have all those issues, but it's a 6 out of 10, and I don't understand why people were hyping it up more than what it was. I feel like I think I see the aspects of the game that people enjoyed. It's just that they're so kind of messed up and behind these glitches that there's not much to. I don't see how people just enjoyed it without it, unless they had some different code that we got in the day one patch and stuff. But from what I'm seeing, it's a no go right now. I would say wait until they actually fix their game. I did see a patch that just came out recently that actually showed them going and trying to address certain things like the loot disappearing. They didn't address the bugs for the co-op. They said that they addressed that as well, that they make it easier and like the load times are going to be in sync for each character or person. But they had no mention about being stopped from being able to move past a certain point. There's multiple times where we just couldn't move forward unless someone quit, went in, did it themselves, and then invited someone else. And after they finished, and that's just not how you want to play that game. So, that's my kind of take on it. What's your take, Josh? I know. I think you were just as much as interested as I.
Yeah, because I played it a little bit before we did co-op, and from what I played by myself, like I liked it a lot. It seemed like graphically it looked pretty good for a $30 game. Like the world is big, and even though the camera is like top down, the world was still very like detailed with a bunch of NPCs around. And so it felt like a game that I'd be interested in, and the gameplay was cool. Like I like fighting the different enemies, and the little loot that I did get was cool. I didn't have any issues until we start playing co-op, and then we can't get on the elevator because it don't recognize that we both there or stuff like that. And really, those minor issues I kind of expect for games that just come out, but it seemed that every mission had this type of issue, and so we were constantly like in and out and not even really getting to play because we gotta stop and reload and reinvite the person. But yeah, I would keep playing it by myself, but I feel like it's better off to just wait because the one glitch we ran into is, or it's like the game wouldn't progress, it wouldn't load me into the next area, and the only thing I can do is quit the game. But when you do that, even though the game had saved, it deleted everything my character had equipped. So I still kept all my old inventory, everything in my bag and stuff like that, but all the guns and stuff I had equipped were deleted, which of course is like your best equipment. Like if you're playing Destiny, you're gonna put your best stuff on. Um, and so like sure I can go back and redo it, but I rather just avoid that whole headache because it's obvious that the game has like deep issues if it can't like keep your like you said, it's a loot game, and so the loot is the most important thing. So if it has issues with that, it's better to just wait. I mean, otherwise, it's $30 and it's on Game Pass, and I think it's still a pretty solid game at its foundation. So in a couple weeks or a couple months, I would say I definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in that sort of game or just like cyberpunk style game. But it's not done. Maybe it's done. It's just not working well.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty much the synopsis on it. I was kind of like, I like it, but it's broken. So same thing with Outriders. I really like it, but it's broken. So I stopped playing it. It's probably Outriders is probably fixed now, but it kind of taints the experience and it kind of loses this momentum. But I have no problem going back to that game after it's fixed because again, it was solid enough to be enjoyed. It had some real interesting mechanics, and it had some really cool like abilities. A lot of the abilities were really cool, and it was unique and everything. And yes, it's probably not as expansive as I may have wanted it to be, but it's expansive enough to have me like enjoy it for a good 20 to 30, 40 hours maybe. So, I think I kind of stand where you at, Josh. Where yes, I can recommend it. I just don't recommend it right now. I think you probably should wait until they actually fix a lot of the stuff and then kind of put some time into it. But if you're a fan of Diablo, you will definitely enjoy this game as well. Um, and as we all know, unfortunately, I mean, you know what? I ain't even gonna harp on it, but Jalen has no experience with this game, correct? Jalen, you haven't heard anything about it?
Uh, I mean, I just seen what y'all's up at 7, 8 a.m. Sound like y'all
Nah.
mad that stuff was disappearing in the group chat. So I thought the game sounded pretty bad, but I mean, but that was just for my take. But I ain't got no experience to answer your question.
Yeah. All right. Well, nah, it was annoying because we were trying to. I think when I was, I think when we first got back on, I was trying to finish that boss because for some reason we couldn't go up there together. But and then you pretty much wiped them, and then I was like, oh, let me go up there and try it. So yeah, I mean, it's those types of things that kind of make the experience bad, but overall, I think it's a solid game and it at least kept our attention for a little bit before we start running into the major issues. Minor issues, yeah, fine, but those major ones kind of feel like, nah, I'm not finna, I'm not finna go work for a big fight. And then remember how we fought one boss. It had one spider in there, and then we went back because we were trying to do it on your end, and now it had two spiders in there. And we was like, bro, what the heck happened? So it was just kind of things like that too that just were like weird. So, uh, and the spider was hard. It wasn't like it was an easy spider. So we was just confused on how two duplicates just popped in. But then once we got killed, I think it went away again, right? I'm not sure. Uh, but maybe
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't think we fought actual two. I think we died and then it kind of went back and reloaded and we was able to just fight one. But the game is very glitchy. But um, yeah, as long as you got Game Pass, it's free. So give it a shot. I wouldn't say right now though. But yeah, the next thing I want to talk about was Back for Blood, which I wish you did get on for this, Jalen, because it was not bad actually. I quite enjoyed it. I think you might have enjoyed it as well. I think the gunplay was good. I think the card system was interesting enough. It seems a little convoluted and unnecessary at times, but then when you start to get the hang of how it stacks with each other, it starts to become a little bit better. But Back for Blood, if you guys don't know, which I'll introduce, is the new Left 4 Dead. If you ever play Left 4 Dead 1 or 2 by Valve, that was it by Valve? Yeah, it was by Valve. Those games were, very popular at the time. They were just four player co-op. You run around these maps and you try to finish these campaigns, and they got zombies and all this extra stuff coming at you, and you kind of use teamwork to get through it. Back for Blood is the same kind of concept with the new coat of paint. They have new modes. They have a new way of playing online multiplayer, and yeah, I didn't have any issues connecting with Josh. I didn't have any issues with like connection or dropping out. It wasn't like any weird bugs that were occurring, and this was just the beta, so it was all signs were pointing to good. It seemed like a solid game. And again, this is another one that's coming to Game Pass. Buddy. But only we ain't gonna be able to
Man,
complete
you
the
know, they like to
trifecta.
spend $60.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
ain't gonna
let's
be
just
able to complete
prefer
the
The way to engage with games.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be able to complete the
Spend
trifecta
his hard
because
on $60.
you
Man,
know,
man,
you
what y'all
know,
want from me, man?
yeah, we want you to, make the right decision at this point, but we understand. We understand we all in different spaces in our lives. So I guess he gonna just stick with his PS4 Pro. But it was uh wait, what was I saying? Oh, I was talking about the Back for Blood. But I think it was pretty cool, man. I know you got the code late. I don't know if you was able to download it or anything or even try it, but it was actually I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it actually had some. It piqued my interest a little bit. Obviously, I played Left 4 Dead a little bit, but I didn't play it as much as you guys probably did. But at least it felt fun to play. It didn't feel like it was going to be a boring. It's not something that I'm going to spend hours and hours in, but it seems like a good thing to just jump on, run through a campaign, see if we can beat it on the hardest kind of deal, and get off. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I'm gonna go to you, Josh. What were some of the things that you liked or didn't like, or what was your experience with Back for Blood?
I mean, I liked it. I say I liked it a lot. It seemed pretty good, better than I expected. I was looking forward to it just because it was, another Left 4 Dead game, and as some of
Uh
it
oh.
would be decent. Yeah, because it's Turtle Rock. But last thing they did was Evolve, which nobody played Evolve. But maybe it has some good ideas, but nobody played Evolve. So them going back to what made them, put them where they're at is it seems like a good idea. Um, because obviously Valve they don't make games anymore, so we never gonna get a Left 4 Dead 3. So
Yeah.
maybe this could fill that spot. Um, it was pretty good. I mean, graphically, it's still like not like the highest fidelity. It's still like got a little cartoon style to it, but it looks a lot better than Left 4 Dead and looks a lot better than like a lot of games in this genre.
World War
The
Z.
gunplay, yeah.
Don't get me started on that game, man. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks, they charging $60. I'm not gonna say it's worth $60, but it looks like they're striving to like graphically to put effort into it. Um, it feels good to play. I was surprised by I liked a lot of the guns. It's still very simple. It's not like real like recoil on a lot of guns because it's not really about PvP
Hmm.
combat, but yeah, me and you played a little bit of it. We played like what halfway through a campaign, and it was
Hmm.
pretty fun. It took about probably like an hour in total to do like half of it. Um, but it's a fun co-op game, and I feel like at least maybe we'll play through it a little bit when it comes out on Game Pass. That's mainly what I'm looking for. The only, I guess, negative point is that I would say I didn't. I'm probably not gonna play the versus
Uh huh.
mode. It was okay, but I don't think it's really interesting or like interesting to keep going back to. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that they have other modes because the main thing is like Jalen probably talked about is like people play Left 4 Dead when it came out because you can play with your friends. But after you beat the game one time with your friends, you want to do something different, in which most likely is the versus campaign, which you play through the story, but instead of having like random AI zombies, it has real players. So that makes the story more interesting or dynamic because you can get to a certain part, like this part easily, just run past all the zombies. But like the other team has like tactics where they're gonna separate you or knock Jalen off the building, so y'all gotta go help him and something like that. So it makes it more interesting. But right now, this game doesn't have that, and I don't think they're gonna have it at launch. So I don't know longevity wise if I'm gonna keep coming back to it, but I would say it at least felt good enough to like play through especially on Game Pass. So I ain't got to spend $60 on it. I just enjoy it as much as I want and then put it down.
Man, hold on. You told me it ain't got a versus mode where people play special infected?
It does have a versus, but it's just like a arena,
Yeah,
like y'all load in there, you pick your weapons, and then they try to kill y'all, and it's just about survival. It's not going through the campaign. And
yeah,
that part about it, like it's cool, but it's like it's easily unbalanced, like maybe the survivors are really good and y'all can't kill them and they win the round. And then when it's y'all turn, they just wipe y'all in 30 seconds. So it's like it's not really, I mean, that could happen in the old way, but at least like when you plan campaign, you have this big old map to do everything. Like y'all can split up and run and just everybody for themselves, or y'all really just stick together. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
yeah. I mean, I liked the mode. It wasn't like terrible. It was like it kind of felt like it kind of reminded me of Rainbow Six in a way because I could take time to fortify and then or try to get better like weapons or whatever and then hunker down somewhere, right? And then their objective is to try to kill you or you just trying to survive and to survive as much time as possible before they can take you out. Do I feel like the variety is lacking there a little bit? Because obviously Rainbow Six had more and more characters, more different special abilities and things like that, and that's just not the case in this game. They might have special attacks, but they don't have anything that kind of differentiates themselves from the other characters. It's really just going in there with the character, picking up your weapons, and kind of making sure you stay alive. Versus a Rainbow Six that's kind of has like a lot of dynamic moving parts that you kind of can play off of. So it was fun to play and it was fun to kind of coordinate and actually start to hold down places and actually survive and take out their as they try to charge you and stuff like that. But I can see that also getting stale quickly. I'm not sure if I'd be down to play like long campaign matches where with like versus because I would prefer shorter matches than long matches like that. Because yeah, when you fight and doing the whole campaign, I was already like, okay, how many rounds is this one campaign? It was like 9 or so rounds of just like going through things, and I was like, this is a long thing. But
Yeah.
if that's something that I don't want to commit to something like that when I'm just trying to play a game. So maybe it's nice to have that time frame to kind of also get the monster and or the zombie and the character's experience versus just having to pick one. I'm not sure if it swaps on the old game where you can now be the humans and they become the zombies, but at least it kind of gives you both perspectives so that if you're better as a monster a zombie you can kind of go off on that, and then if you're better as a human you can kind of go off on that. So I liked it a little bit more, but I never was constantly playing that before. I would play it sometimes, but I never was like heavy in that game before. So my it might I might be a little biased, I guess, because that's kind of just like a new experience versus an old. But to me, it felt as if they thought about at least what the casual player might want, and hopefully it's just a mode and not the mode. So that would be nice if
Yeah.
that's just the mode, if a mode versus like the only mode. So
Mainly, yeah, I think people would ignore it, but this is supposed to be some sort of live service type game where you buy a season pass and keep coming back. I just don't see the multiplayer mode actually being something I would like care about to play more than once, back to back to back. Because it
yeah,
was okay.
this
It
man
kind
getting
of reminds me of
spicy
like
on
the
here, man.
it kind of reminds me of the Dead Space 2 multiplayer, um, where it's just kind of like a team deathmatch. It's not really a team deathmatch, but really you're just in a small arena and they just gonna keep trying to kill you while you survive. The main thing is that the reason Left 4 Dead was famous is for the versus mode, and not having that is not good in their favor. If they can offer something better or different, then that's good. But this mode isn't it. The main thing is though, I do agree that the campaign in this game feels longer because the campaigns in Left 4 Dead, I feel like they were shorter in total, but they were split up into less pieces. Because like if you look at Back for Blood, the campaign is like 10 different missions, but Left 4
Mm-hmm.
Dead, the campaign was like I think three, and so like you'll play one campaign and then switch off teams and then play it and then go to the next campaign. So like the total amount of time it took to get through there wasn't that long. Maybe it was an hour to get through the whole campaign. But this game it might be longer because they don't because like since it's not versus, they're not really intended for you to spend a whole lot of time in each part of the campaign.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. I think the cool thing is that they actually have captured that essence of that old game. It feels that way. It feels like okay, I have to worry about my teammates. They can't get left behind. They can't get murdered quickly. So it still gets that feel, and I think they captured that very well. I think the monsters are pretty interesting, or the zombies. I'm sorry. I think the gunplay feels really solid. The animations look really good. They pretty much just stole all of the Call of Duty, as you stated. Josh pointed out very quickly. He said, "Yeah, they
Yeah,
stole all the Call of Duty guns."
it's just
Uh,
all Modern Warfare 2 guns.
yeah.
I was waiting
So
on Jalen to get on so he can see like they got an AA-12, they got everything from Modern Warfare 2.
yeah,
Man, that's all the guns they used to use at that time period. They brought them Xbox 360 guns.
Yeah.
yeah. But it's at least solid there. So I definitely right now am pretty excited for like the full release, pretty much. Seeing if it's gonna actually do something different or if it's gonna kind of wow us in the campaigns. I enjoyed the campaign I played through. It had decent parts and it had parts where it was a little bit more hectic than others. Then it had little objectives that you do to kind of, hold a button here and hold on a fort. But I want to see how if they get crazy with the objectives and trying to, make the maps very unique. That's what I'm looking forward to kind of now. The characters right now, I'm not so sold on it. If they're like very unique or if it's just kind of put some people together kind of deal. It's yet to be seen for me at least. I don't really see the characters as unique individuals right now. They just generic people, but maybe down the line where you start to unlock new things or they start to and develop their sound and their voice lines, it becomes more of a unique character. So friendly fire is still a thing, which is interesting. But yeah, it's like I said, it seems like a good time to have with friends, and it's probably very similar to Left 4 Dead. If I played it as I probably should have, it probably will. It probably was. It's very close and reminiscent of that. But I think based off what I played, yeah,
Man, we can
they hit
play.
the right
Left 4
stuff.
Dead is like $2.
Oh yeah, we remember I bought it on what's the name? We bought it on Steam when it was like a couple bucks. I don't think Jalen did, but I think me and you bought it.
Man, Jalen can run that mug on anything. That game
Yeah,
from what, 2007?
yeah, he probably could run on his Mac.
That bug
Yeah,
gonna crash.
nah, it ain't gonna crash, man. Um,
Um, but yeah, what obviously you ain't got Game Pass yet, but what you think about Back for Blood, Jalen? You heard anything besides us?
Uh, no, I ain't really heard nothing. I had watched a video about it, just a little bit, but I didn't like look super in depth about it. I just kind of, just got to see what like the graphics is um, like if the game was stiff like Left 4 Dead. Do y'all feel like it was stiff?
nah, I don't feel like it was stiff. I feel like the
No,
movement was good.
because Left 4 Dead was stiff because it was like the source engine, and so all those games feel the same. But this is just it feels like a new, like a modern game.
Yeah,
Like, okay, okay.
you definitely need to put some points into your stamina.
Oh yeah,
Because
you can't like sprint forever and stuff like that. But you couldn't even sprint in Left 4 Dead, right?
Nah, it's just one speed.
Yeah.
So I ain't
so
even.
I
Yeah, I mean,
think
I ain't like I said, I ain't see a whole lot about it and stuff like that. It looked as similar to Left 4 Dead, but I seen some people saying that um, it was this was somebody like video or whatever. They just saying it was like underwhelming and stuff like that. But I didn't pay attention to why they said that or anything. I just more so looking at the way the game looking. If it captures some of that same feel from Left 4 Dead at first glance.
yeah. Um, I think it definitely does that. So that's the good thing about it is that it actually does what it needs to kind of um it it, it does what it needs to do basically. It hits the marks that I was looking for anyway because I was thinking okay is it going to be fun, is it going to be fluid, and is the graphics going to look decent. Yes, all of those hit. So and I didn't have any hiccups, which is even better. So that's like the icing on the cake. Is like cherry on top kind of deal. No crashes, no breaks, no no inability to meet to match up with my friends. So I'm happy with it, especially because it's free. So
And it's not a big file size either.
no, it's like 40, it's like 36 gigs. Yeah.
On the PS4, it was like it was smaller. So
Oh, it was even smaller than that. Oh, wow.
yeah,
Yeah, man. No, not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. But yeah, another one of those, those Game Pass games that it's very for the free ball if you got the Game Pass. So, I mean, it's no promotions out here. It's nothing like that. No promo or nothing like that. But I'm seeing the Game Pass come to fruition. I'm seeing the benefits. Of going, green, going that Xbox way. But,
yeah, $500
that's
way that I ain't got way.
man, ain't nobody talking about you. I'm talking to the people. If you feel like something coming towards you, don't believe that. It's all this for the people. Let them know Game Pass is out there. You got some good games coming out, and it's a good time to be Team Xbox. That's all I'm saying.
Power to the
Uh,
people.
yeah, that's what I'm talking to the people, man. Talking to the people. That's all. But another one of those games. This is like this was the beta week, and like for real, or
Yeah.
the new
I
stuff
was
coming out.
distributing in all the beta codes.
Oh yeah, man, I ain't getting nothing. Oh, this one really hurt deep. But Halo Infinite technical preview came out.
Yeah. That's the
Cut
one you
this one.
missed out on.
Yeah, this one cut deep, man. I said, "You jokers, are you serious? I ain't getting no code.
Why you
You
ain't
know how
getting one?
much?
It's
I don't
select.
know, man. You know how much money I spent on you, Xbox?
Because
I
he ain't
said, you
played Halo
disrespectful.
on Xbox 360 back in
Oh my
2007 like I
god,
did.
they trying to
They
play
said
the
newbie,
player, bro. They said you were a noob.
newbie.
You're a noob, buddy. I
How
was
many
like,
hours you got in Team SWAT? Huh?
They pulled up his what they had Bungie.net account where you can see all your Halo stats.
Yeah.
yeah,
They
They
still
pulled
got
that
they
up.
still got him on Halo Waypoint.
They
yeah.
pulled that up and they couldn't find nothing on him. They was just like, hey, we would have gave J Boy when he had recon armor and everything from Halo ODST, but he ain't got an Xbox.
I should have signed you up. I should have put you on a Halo waypoint. I said, Jalen, sign up. Give me your stuff, man. Obviously, you ain't using it, but yeah, I ain't get it this time. But tell us about that Halo Infinite. I watched a lot of videos, so I could talk about it at least, but I ain't get the feel. But tell us about that
Uh,
Halo.
yeah, it was real nice. I played it on PC and on the Xbox Series X. I didn't really have many issues with PC, but like I think Digital Foundry talked about it. Like depending on your graphics card, you might have like frame pacing issues and stuff like that. But overall, it's pretty solid. The gameplay is a lot slower than Halo 5, which I think a lot of people liked because did they add could you always sprint like in Halo 4, Jalen, if you know?
I
Because
think
in
in
Halo,
Halo 4,
or was it just like an ability?
I thought it was like a part of your suit. It was like a suit thing.
Okay, maybe it was an ability
I don't
in
remember.
4, and then they gave everybody the sprint ability in 5. But like that made the game a lot faster. So you jump in and tackling, like Titan charging and stuff like that. So a lot of people didn't like that because it felt more like Destiny and wasn't like Halo. So they slowed it down a little bit. You can still sprint, but you don't move as fast. There is a slide, but it's not crazy like Destiny or Apex, and the maps are a lot smaller, at least what I played in the beta. So it feels more just straight up about the gunplay, which is good. All the guns felt really good. They got a bunch of old guns like the battle rifle and stuff, and a couple of new ones, and they all feel pretty good. I They only had 3 maps. The best map was I guess it was on Earth somewhere. It was just like a little desert town or something like that. Um,
Start with
but
a
yeah,
P.
they're
Start
all
with a P.
really
You never
small.
know.
Yeah, they're all really small. They feel like a small Destiny map instead of like a big team battle. Obviously, they're gonna have bigger maps, but the smaller ones is better. I think my favorite part about it was the new guns and the new equipment. Like they added the hook shot, I think it's called, or something like that. Basically, it's just a grapple hook, kind of like Pathfinder, where you just hook it on something, pull you there, and you got pretty good control over it. Like you can go up or down if you don't want to like land on something or you want to try to swing around a corner.
Oh,
And that
okay.
changes.
So it got physics
Yeah,
on that mug. Gotcha.
yeah. I would say it's just like Pathfinders, but it's a little bit easier to control because I feel like for some reason when you do Pathfinders, if you don't aim it right at the beginning, you gonna miss your target. But this one
Yeah.
feels like it gives you a little bit more leeway to even after you hit it, you can aim yourself a little bit while you being pulled forward.
Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
but yeah, that's good. So you can set up different things. Like you got the hammer, and you can swing over to somebody and then hit them. So that's good. It is equipment, so you can't do it all the time. So I guess that's good for balance. But when you do play, you just got to know where it spawns. That's all. Um,
Gotcha.
yeah, I mean, graphically, it's not like the best looking game, but obviously that's because this is a cross generation game, which I forgot. It's gonna be on the original Xbox One all the way up to the Series X, so everybody can be able to play. Um, and it's gonna be free to play. So we'll see. The one good thing I think that comes from that is they said that the battle pass, no matter when you start playing, you'll be able to buy old battle passes if you want, so you don't have to feel like you're missing out on stuff, which is good because if you missed out on the season of Apex, you can't ever get that stuff.
No sirree, Bob. But yeah, I think that's cool. I saw a lot of stuff about how they were pretty impressed by the AI bots. I know you. I don't know if you mentioned that about how they kind of have they were moving and like moving around pretty authentically like a human kind of.
Hmm.
And they were also talking about the not saying that the graphics were great, but the detail of the graphics. I know I got a lot of information from Digital Foundry where they were talking about the details on the weapons, a lot of the materials, all the lighting looks pretty good, and
Yeah, it was
things
good
like
that they
that.
delayed it.
Yeah, I think so because it definitely looks a lot better now. I'm not saying that it's like super impressive, but really at the end of the day, I don't need that game to be look that impressive. I need it just to be fun. And it looks pretty fun. It made me jealous. I was like, man, why I can't play? I don't understand this. It just I couldn't actually get a code, but it definitely looked fun, and that's what it was really all about. Just being able to use the new shields, the grapple hook, the weapons looked really good, and them classic Halo sounds when you popping somebody in the head. It just all looked like it was all coming together. The animations looked really done well. Yeah, it just seemed really good. So I thought, and they did a pretty good job. The intros, they got obviously they got their winning poses. Jalen ain't gonna like those, but they got their win pose. They got the intro
victory
poses.
poses.
They got all the poses.
I'll be honest, I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but the intros were kind of tight because like if you had active camo, which you turn invisible, and then you win the game, like everybody go posing, and then your character like his camo turn off and he just appear there.
You just trying to boost that.
Yeah, it was kind of tight.
I look like they got a transaction on me. They finna charge you for that.
Oh man, what you mad for, G?
Well, yeah, Josh can run that $10 real quick. You want to pop up after you just flexed on these cats. You do it every time you win.
Yeah,
I think what else they do? I think if you if somebody quit the game while y'all like loading, it like when it showed like your team, the dude that quit, he'll fall down and die because he quit the game.
Oh wow. Oh man.
But that game seemed tight.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Halo 5. I didn't like the campaign, but the multiplayer was fun. It was just for me ruined by the microtransactions, but this seems like a good point. What y'all think? I know you said you want to play it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah, I definitely want to play it. But I guess we got to get Jalen's opinion. We go. Is this enough to get an Xbox? Let's see.
I'm not finna cop an Xbox for Halo, bro. Halo been dead a long, bro. Halo been dead since after Halo Reach it was wrapped.
It ain't dead now.
Man, yeah, it is. Man, you wait to the ballpark, man. I've been playing all the Halo. I've been playing Halo for like at least close to 10 years. And
when the last time you played a Halo game, G?
Probably over at your career, probably like 2017, 18.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. You can't talk that noise. It's a whole new Halo.
That's Halo 5.
And it's free ball. It's free.
After I get past the $500 threshold and then Game Pass threshold. Thanks for mentioning what's that $560?
Game Pass. It's free.
No, there's some free. You
ain't got to get
all right,
Game
well,
Pass.
I got to pay $500 now.
Yeah, that's all you got to do, man. That's all it is to
I need Xbox Live?
Nah. When they free games, you don't got to play Xbox Live no more. So Apex, Fortnite, all those, you ain't got to pay for Xbox Live to play them. But yeah, man, it's like I said, man, it's looking sweeter and sweeter every day.
Man, y'all got Xboxes and y'all playing Apex.
Because I'm playing. What you mean, Apex? What's wrong with playing Apex?
Man, you sending screenshots in the group chat of you winning the Apex. I ain't even there. I'm on a highway.
What's wrong with Apex? I don't understand, man. I'm playing Apex. Apex is a
why would I
fun
pay
game.
$500 for an Xbox and I'm finna go around Apex? I'm running Apex just fine.
Oh my god, no! I'm trying to tell you, G. So we can actually play other games.
You got to play Battlefield on there too.
Yeah, man.
I'm not playing.
You getting Battlefield?
I'm finna get shot and then see my dude head cocked to the side and fall down, bro. I'm not playing Ascent.
There is plenty of goofy ragdolls when you get shot, and you saw me fly through a whole door when I got hit one time. I know you cracked somebody in the head and she flew through a door, so there's plenty of goofy animations in that game. So stop the cap. You need to go ahead and just go on cop, man. Yeah. Man, you got to the holiday season, man.
Man, I gotta find some money to get Apex. Xbox.
You start getting those Starbucks mocha lattes, and every day you can get you. It will be there in no time.
Man, I don't even buy them though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't even drink coffee.
You don't drink? I thought you did drink coffee.
Heck nah.
Oh yeah, you
John
said you
tragic.
used to drink it and then you get mad because you try to stay up. Yeah, I forgot. Never mind. You right. You right. You right.
Nah, I ain't never drink coffee.
You ain't never drunk coffee. I thought you said you tried it because you was trying to stay up one time and it was disgusting.
No, I tried a 5 hour energy and it was trash.
Yeah, nah, that's even gross. That's worse.
You don't drink no caffeine drinks?
No.
You
Right
don't
there, I
get
be falling asleep standing up.
it.
I be in that mug using straight willpower, bro. And I be losing half the time.
And lose.
Man, so
Man,
so we get you some coffee. You gonna play Borderlands?
I
ain't gonna
ain't
get you
drinking
some
no coffee, bro. I ain't
You know
drinking
he
none of
ain't
that.
got the he can't he definitely ain't got the willpower for sleepy lands. You gotta get
Ooh,
us you gotta get us some coffee.
I'll fall
Yeah.
asleep in a heartbeat.
Bro, that's what happened with me with Watch Dogs. I turned that junk off for 2 seconds, and I was like, "Bro,
yeah.
I got a good dose of sleepy." So I said, "Bro, why am I getting so sleepy?"
The
I was like, "Bro,
Sandman came.
I couldn't even figure out how to start a mission the right way. I just kept doing the same thing over, trying to get different results. I'm like, bro, I'm sleepy.
Hey,
I'm out of
hey,
here,
when you
G."
get that sleepy, you be like, man, why I keep falling asleep, man? I'm finna sit up for real this time and fall back asleep again. You be like, man, I guess I'm finna cut this game off, bro. It ain't working
Oh
out.
man, bro. That mother put me right to sleep. He go to sleep,
Man,
please. I was like, bro. I was like, where the lullabies coming from? Because I was definitely dead up in that one. But yeah,
yeah.
that none of all that don't matter. All we need is the holiday season. J Boy got an Xbox. Yeah, I don't care if it's a Series S. You can play it on there.
Man,
Yeah, you
I'm
can
finna
have
pay
you a good time.
$500 to go to sleep.
Man,
I can go to sleep for
man.
free.
Halo Infinite, you can go to sleep, man. It's gonna have good times.
Man,
Then
y'all
play
finna stay running
Apex.
game. I'm finna be right in that mouth. Like, hey, J Boy, you up? You finna hear snoring right on that mic.
You know they getting cross progression. Apex getting cross progression. Come next year, 2022. Yeah, you can Scott. You know you can take your one skin right on to the Xbox. You know you got it. You
I
know you
told
want
you.
to.
I told y'all where this game finna end up. They got us on World's Edge. They took away the alternator. They took away the Spitfire. Like they taking away my options, man. They stripped me from everything. My KD finna go crazy. I don't even care what gun I use no more in that mug.
Man, that's a good way to go into the Apex because there's definitely been some drastic changes, hasn't it, Jayla?
Man, I'm over here using P2020s and flat lines. I don't even care what gun I got. I'm running around with Mozambiques. They took all the guns out the game, so like,
And they took out the two guns you like, and that's it.
and they put us on World's Edge where you drop and there's never no guns.
Man, you gotta just go to the right places, man.
Man, I'm not gonna play that game, man. I ain't playing that game, so don't play with me.
The rotations are beautiful. The people actually surviving. It's all types of stuff there, man. It's just hard to find somebody after you win your first fight. Except I mean, you got Seer now. Seer hunt him down. It's just that it's like we know he gonna get nerfed pretty soon because of how powerful he is. So
You think so?
oh yeah, they already talking about nerfing
Yeah.
him.
Dang.
They already said, yeah, we put him out there too strong. We gonna have to simmer him down a little bit.
I could have told them that. Who the devs back there?
Man, they got SpongeBob and Patrick on the keys. I don't know, man, but that Seer definitely he feels overpowered, but once you really get down to it, he falls right in line with everybody else. It's like, yeah, he can. He's probably the worst to fight at the end of the game because of he always know where you at. But before that, it's so much space on World's Edge, or it's not that big of a deal. But when you start to get into buildings and you're constantly being tagged and he does damage to you with his stupid thing, that's when it gets irritating. It's like, okay, not only is he disrupting me from getting my stuff, he also damaging me. And then he also can just throw out a bigger one where he can see exactly where I'm at, and if I don't reposition myself, he got the upper hand basically. So it's really hard to counter when he has that much information all the time. But once he uses it, it goes away. You can literally break his thing if you want to. You can try to hunt down the little sphere and break it. Um, he ain't really got much else to him outside of his heartbeat sensor, and that means he has to continuously be aiming down sights, which he's going to be slower as a movement character. So it's really like you can out finesse him because you can obviously still listen for, footsteps and things like that. But yeah, he's probably pretty well rounded right now. So people are really over exaggerating his abilities and his level of OPness because it's just making them play different. And I think that's what Josh was kind of saying, right? He was like, you think I'll let you say it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely feel the difference in the engagement when a seer is there. So he feels more oppressive. It's not like he is guaranteed to kill you, but if you don't react to him correctly, you're gonna lose. So it forces you to play different. So like when Valkyrie came out, she didn't really have any issues. She wasn't overpowered or anything. She was just right in the sweet spot where she's there, she's flying around, but you don't have to like play any different. Like if she shoot her rockets, of course you move, but you don't have to like hide in the building because she's flying around outside. Whereas like
Right.
Seer, if he's around and he does either his tactical or his super, both of them are gonna force you to like, oh, I have to get out of this area or get as far away from him as possible. Um, in a lot of cases because he can see all my exact movements for like the next 10 seconds or something. So that gives him the advantage. And like when we were playing, me and you, it's like, oh, we know they're on the other side of this door. So go ahead and pop your things and highlight them. And we just go in and clean up because we know where they at and they don't know which door we coming in.
Right.
So I don't know what they are gonna do other than like definitely change his cooldowns, make stuff take longer. The main thing is I think they should take away the damage. It's not that it's a lot of damage, it's just the fact that it does damage at all when it's just like a scan ability. Um,
Mm-hmm.
as well as it stops you from healing. That seems like it's three benefits to it, and nobody else has like that level of like benefits to one ability.
Right. Because he's mixing Revenant, Bloodhound, and Crypto. Like he points you out, he scans you so you know exactly where you are, and he does Revenant's thing where he can block your stuff and do damage to you. And he doesn't even have to aim it. He just has to make sure it's in the same line of sight as you, and that's it. It's not like you can jump up in the air and get out of it. It's not like you can fly away or burrow into the ground. It's like you just caught. So it's really that's really causing a lot of issues with people. I think if his special was the same and his tactical was different, I think it'd be no problem. I think they probably gonna put a gauge on his like a level of. He probably gonna get like a Valkyrie gauge for his actual scene heartbeats, where it like kind of depletes, and then you're not being able to do it constantly. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think they're gonna put that on them, and then they're gonna increase the amount of time on that movement. It's right now it's at
Yeah,
23 seconds, but that's a long time. So, but it feels short when you're engaging, and then you kind of are still using the heartbeat sensor, so you can slow down the pace, and then as soon as you get your thing back, you can speed up the pace again. So you're controlling the pace. So
yeah.
it's
I
interesting.
don't I don't think the heartbeat sensor is like an issue, but they probably might reduce that too because I think people are saying it's like it's big. It's like 50 meters or something.
Yeah, it's like
Which
yeah,
is like
50
all
meters.
of Skulltown. Um, so they might have to reduce it, but I don't. I just think that they might not want to overdo it all at once. So it might be a couple patches, but they're gonna try to bring him down like they did Horizon.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen them play a little bit, Jalen. What you think about Seer right now?
Mm, I think I agree with the stuff y'all saying. I don't know how his heartbeat sensor work because I ain't never played with him, but I do think it's a lot going on with him, and the fact that even though it might be a special or whatever, but or tactical, I'm not entirely sure. I'm still trying to figure out how he actually played because it's the first time I actually seen him play like today. And the fact that he gives you intel on the people, like their health and their shields and stuff like that, I find that part to be a little alarming because you can. I don't know if it actually show like if people like recharging their shields and stuff like that, but having that level of intel is like that's an advantage. Like if you know people weaker or whatever, like you can see somebody just get out of fight, but you don't know if they just scraped them or something like that, or if they, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, like, hey, we finna die. Like, but you use Seer, you
it's
oh yeah,
too strong actually
yeah,
because
we
like when you hit him with the tactical and you see that health from the tactical, they can't heal
Because it
because you hit
disrupts
them with
them.
the tactical.
Yeah.
So you
yeah,
So
see
even
that they
if
ain't
they're
got
in the
no
middle and
shield
healed,
and they got.
right. Even oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying like if they were healing, I'm using my Phoenix kit, I got 50 health, and you hit me with that thing. Now I have 40 health. I can't heal for the next few seconds, and you can see exactly where I'm at and how much health I got.
and see your footsteps and all that stuff included. It's just kind of like I understand you want this dude to be able to pinpoint and have intel and stuff like that, but like nobody can see the amount of health people got, and the amount of health is gonna be that's gonna really boost boost or diminish your confidence. Like if you use serious stuff, you see somebody, three people with full health, you like, all right, bet. I mean, we need to heal up, but you see a couple people like they health, well, you like, man, I'm finna push up on these cats. Like I'm finna act a fool. You know what I mean? Just because like I know where you at, I know your footsteps, I know how much health you got, and I know you're not finna heal. Like I'm good. Like we finna run up on you. So that's why I was kind of like
And it
when
breaks
Deontay.
caustic gas. So when
See,
he's
I ain't
like,
even know that.
yeah, that it breaks his gas.
I mean, I just know from when you had used, I see people health. I'm like, man, I'm finna cut up on these cats, bro. I don't care what gun I got. They can't hang with me. So just me feeling that, and I mean, the couple of series I have seen, they as soon as they like pinpoint you or something, they push up pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like we finna come get you and stuff like that. And it's cool to do that, but Bloodhound, even when he pinpoints you, he don't do nothing like that. A lot of people don't really do that. I mean, you might see a Bloodhound do his little special after he scan you and stuff, and then try to push up or whatever. But you ain't never really feel like at a disadvantage because like Bloodhound special don't do that much, like engagement wise. Versus Sears, he like, yeah, bro, I know where you at. I know everything about you basically. So when I see a Seer, I'm like, I need to go attack him because he finna come get me, and that's how I pan out every single time.
He not a scam likely. He a scam for sure.
Yeah, you like, I'm coming to get you, bro. I scanned you. Come here, boy. Bring that here, boy.
That man is crazy. Nah, but I mean, I agree with all what y'all saying. I still feel like I feel like yeah, he's a little bit overpowered, but I feel like having these types of characters in the game makes it a little more interesting, I guess, because it makes you kind of think about how you're going to engage, but it also makes everyone else think how they're going to engage. Maybe Seer is kind of forcing me to start using longer range weapons because he's so powerful when you get up close for his team that it's really hard to beat him. So it's not only making me, play differently with, different weapons, it's also making me kind of change my play style, which is fine because obviously there's times where you need to have that. So I think it's like a win and a loss, man. I think he's showing he's making people play differently. And as long as people are playing differently, like this is the first time I've ever been like constantly being shot across the map. It's like people are literally changing their dynamics or their way they play because of this one character, which is cool because that means the character is decent enough to kind of make people think differently than just run and gun or your abilities don't matter or things like that. So I like it, but I can understand y'all's point as well or most people's point of this guy is just annoying to fight with. So yeah.
This dude, he's stepping on Bloodhound feet, man. They put Bloodhound on the cover screen with Seer just to let you know that Bloodhound is still relevant. He's still a character in the game. They know he trash now. Nah, I'm just playing. But nah, I mean, I just used to feel a certain way when Bloodhound scanned. Be like, okay, they know where we at. Let me reposition just a little bit, or we can wait it out. You know what I'm saying? Do something to throw them off a little bit because you know it's gonna leave soon. But with Seer, you just like, hey, actually, let's just we finna move across the country because he got this whole dome thingy. I guess you can, like you said, destroy the little things, but I mean, I can't imagine how that's gonna be at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's gonna be just as bad as my new Costino. Costa got his little gas back. I don't know if he's that bad, but I was playing with Costa. I got a couple dubs today. I was like, hey, it's not bad.
Man, they don't count.
What you mean they don't count? Man, it count because we put some damage on them. They was trying to fight us, bro. They were pretty good characters. Pretty good players too. But because I had a Costino, they couldn't push up. I kept putting down things, and then I threw my gas knocks right where they were hiding under that thing. So then the Horizon thought she was sweet, think she can come over, but I gunned her down with my vault, and then and then we popped the other boys. We popped the other boys, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But I couldn't do that if I didn't have Costino, because they would have pushed us. But yeah, man, I think I like all the changes that occurred. I like the World's Edge map. I think it's nice to have different places to go. I don't like how big World's Edge is, but we need to start playing a little bit more arenas. We haven't even tried ranked, but I feel like the map is just a lot of areas that don't matter, and I feel like it would be probably better for them to have the ring either come in a little bit faster or have the map become smaller, because it's just a lot of areas that don't really matter and people don't care to go to anyway. I understand keeping it big, but
trash.
It's not trash. Olympus is hard to play on too, because literally everybody falls next to somebody and you're down to 14 squads instantly. So that's not a good thing. No, it's not. It's boring because then you're stuck around trying to find the stragglers. And it's like you don't have constant fights. But if you rotate well on World's Edge, you're going to have constant fights.
Man, people shoot you through them doggone buildings. Them buildings is... we already talked about these buildings, man. People shoot you through walls. They shoot you across the map through walls. And you got random open windows that don't even make sense for a building. And then you spend half the time running on World's Edge to just get straight. I'm like, I didn't waste 10 minutes just to get straight. Versus on Olympus, you can easily... I ain't going to say you can easily get it out the mud because that's contradictory to the saying. But when you get it out the mud in Olympus, you like, all right, bet, I'm ready for my next fight. Sometimes they come a little too quick. I will say that, but I'd rather
every time we go to the one spot, right, it's the same thing. Because all the stragglers go back to the area, because we got to fight through. The rotation is simple. It's going from Fight Night to Turbine to Hammond, and then you go back to Turbine. Or you can go, Fight Night, Estates, Turbine, Hammond. But really, there is no other like nobody's going to the Rift and engaging that much. Only time it's only going to be two teams over there, and most of the time, once that team wins its engagement, they're moving back to either Turbine, Hammond, or Estates.
Let me ask you
It's
this:
what
How many? How many? What's the most amount of kills you got on World's Edge?
10,
And one. How many you got on Olympus?
10. They was both tens. Unfortunately, I need 20 bombs, but I only got 10 on both.
So why is World's Edge better than if you get 10 kills on there?
Oh, the Olympus, you have to have a. I had Rampart, and I was just sitting up on top. Remember, I remember the game we had got that 10. I was playing with Rampart. I was sitting up top, and we were sitting up top on top of Turbine, where like that little area right before you get to Hammond, and I had a. What the heck did I have? I had a Spitfire, and I had a G Scout. I think. No, that was my 2500 game. What the heck did I have? I don't remember what I had. All I remember is I was pushing really hard, and I was trying to get y'all to move with me. Um, and y'all ended up actually coming, but it was really just me pushing to go to different things. And then remember when I shot the dude and let him get back up, um, and I killed him. That was when I like stole your kill, basically. That was the
I'm
same
screaming.
game. And that was the same game, but we was pushing hard. We had a lot of fights in the state. I think I ended the first game, the first like engagements with 5 kills. So it was easy to get the rest of the stragglers, but
Yeah,
20
that's what
bombs
make
are
it good.
hard. I'm saying though, we barely win those first initial engagements sometimes because there's too many teams. Like if we go to the states, yes, we can try to beat the first two teams, but sometimes there's just multiple people shooting you from multiple places, and if you don't have a character that's either going to be able to defend a place like Rampart or Costino, it's hard to kind of say those fights were good engagements, and it's generally becomes
I
cheesy
mean,
because if
you can't say the same thing about World's Edge because all we do is drop it fragment, and that's the worst
no,
version of that.
I've been switching it
Man,
up.
we go
Fragment
straight to
used to be my
fragment
favorite, but I
and we
switch it
fight
up
people on
now.
that building and they slide up that building and we get scraped.
I mean,
I
but the point is, we could always, at any point, we could have always went anywhere else, but we always went to fragment because it has guns and it has people. We can land in the geyser area, but it might not have guns and it might not have people. So we just forget all that because there's a bunch of areas on World's Edge that just are not good areas to drop because you might have a fight right away, but then you got to run all the way to the other side of the map because you know everybody's at fragment.
Versus
suppose.
on Olympus, everybody close. You see, hey, you see when I had 10 kill games over the same weekend, I was working. You know what map I was on? Olympus. We was getting busy on there, man. You know you finna get some fights because everybody close on Olympus. Like World's Edge, I ain't finna lie to you. We was just talking about sleep. You know how many times I almost fell asleep on World's Edge? I'm like, man, I'm tired of running across this map, man. I've been running for 5 minutes.
Man,
Then we gotta go through
Man.
that
then
little.
you should be getting a freaking defensive character
What is it? What
No,
is the defensive character gonna do?
so
Just
we
drop
can
us a
sit on
fragment
top
and we
of
can
what's
try
the
to
name.
survive.
The reason why we used to fight and win on top of the tower is because I had Loba and I could get weapons quickly for you guys. And then the reason why we used to be able to stay up there before was because I used to have Rampart and I put some things down for us. But really, that was the only reason why we was able to survive up there. I don't play with Loba. I don't play with what's name anymore. I'm playing with Valkyrie, so it's not really it's easy for me to get away, but it's hard for you guys to get away. So if y'all not playing those types of characters, I don't see us actually winning with that strategy. So I started switching it up and going places where we can all have a decent engagement.
But
But
if the
yeah,
map was good, we won't have to worry about that. You see what I'm saying?
I guess.
We
But
don't gotta worry
Olympus is
about it
the
on
same
Olympus.
way. Olympus is the same way. Why
Man,
do
we
I
want
play
Olympus
with
of various teams. I mean, I might have Lifeline still, but y'all might have somebody different, and we'll still win.
No, I either
What?
have. We used to remember I
Who?
started playing with Octane because I said I gotta be able to move the team. I have to be able to move the team because we couldn't move. Remember, we used to lose all the time because we'd get to the engagements and then they'd just let the ring kill us, or we end up losing to the ring in Olympus. And it was
Man,
very
me.
easy to get away from the ring, but because there was such like we couldn't move or they had pinned us down somewhere, it was hard. So then we started jumping with Octane and its jumps. And
Yeah, but that
then
you was only playing with Octane for like a weekend or something like that. You was playing with
no, I was
Rampart and
playing
Loba before that.
I was playing
And
defensive characters that was able to defend the place and we'll be able to get more peaks and be able to
e-
kill people.
even that game when Josh ain't want to get in the car because he thought he was fast. You want who did you have with that? You ain't had Octane.
I had low, but
Exactly. But anywho,
I was getting items for
what
us. We were just sitting in the back though.
man, I get the mobility character. Me and Josh, it was a couple of times where me and Josh, it was 2v3. We was like, man, we raced in Lifeline. What's up? What's up? And we was in that working. He
Obviously,
was at the
I'm
wingman.
not. I never said I was the best. I'm saying that
No,
there
we ain't
was
say you was
things.
the best.
I was saying that there was things that I would do in order for us to start winning when I felt like something wasn't working.
I mean, yeah, we can always have more optimal characters that might mail well or stuff. But I got Lifeline. She got the coldest fit in this game, man. That'd be hard for me to switch these gold pants. You feel me? But
This
I
man is
mean,
crazy. Oh
but
my god.
nah, man, just nah. But like, in all honesty, the I feel like I have a better chance of getting items in a shorter period of time on Olympus. I feel like they literally put the same amount of items on Olympus and World's Edge, but they got to stretch them across the map. Like, I literally go to places, whole houses, you know what they got in there? A Meg Kit and an Arc Star. I'm like, man, this map can hold like 5 different things. Y'all put a Meg Kit and an Arc Star on here. What am I supposed to do? They outside knocking on my door. What am I supposed to do? Just
Yes,
scream.
I agree. That's why when I was playing on when we play on World's Edge, I always say I feel like I should get a Loba, but on Olympus you don't need her because you can find stuff pretty easy.
But
Um,
why do you feel like you have to do that? That is a flaw to me.
it's not a flaw; it's just a bigger map, and we don't have time to be going around finding stuff because we're trying to find an engagement. If you're spending 45% of your time just looting, then you're not really getting into engagements because Loba is such a cheat code when it comes to loot. It's like okay, let's land on top of this building. Let's fight that first fight. Let me throw my stick down, and now we got weapons, guns, ammunition, med kits if we need it, and then we go on to bang the next person, and then we can continue to do that and pile up on that and move forward. Because most of the time when I play with Loba, I don't even use grenades. I'm just using my guns because I got enough sufficient ammunition. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. But World's Edge is so big, you gotta run to these places to actually get the loot. So I
Design
go.
flaw.
It's not a design flaw though, because the map is unique enough for people not to die instantly when they drop, because people aren't already know where you're going or where you're at, because Olympus is so small. So it's not so small. It's just small. Um, so I think they both have their pros and cons. I don't think you should hate World's Edge. I think you should adapt to what World's Edge is. You don't do that. You play the same strategy, but Olympus is more equipped for your strategy. That's it.
I'm definitely adapting to it. My eyes is too. It just shut down my brain and I get sleepy. Um, but Kings Canyon, I didn't have that same issue though. That's the thing too.
Kings Canyon is more of a smaller map too. It's more of a. You can have
All
strong
I'm gonna say
engagement.
is World's Edge is straight. It has some decent parts, but I feel like they can delete like half the map and I wouldn't care. So
Yeah, people who be going in the trials, they put a whole mini game in there, and months don't be in there, and then you gotta climb these random rocks, slide down these random rocks. You get
Oh
on
my
random
god.
rocks, and they be like, Oh, you outside the battlefield. Why you put this rock in here then? Like, they got the big old apex. You
Oh
slide
my
down for
gosh.
epicenter. Man, it's just be areas in the map. You be like, oh, I thought this is a different map. Why are we over here? It don't be no reason to be over in some of them areas.
I agree, but like I said, it's still a map that is worth playing because it gives you more. It gives you different engagements versus just what Olympus will provide. Yes, I
Yeah,
like
I
the
ain't.
ergonomics. I like the ergonomics of Olympus because you can see across the map easy. You can get across the map easy. There isn't a lot of fluff in a way where people can hide behind geometry. The engagements are uh a lot more not strategic in that, but it's more so about how you shoot, not where you're positioned. Sometimes, at least most of the time, until you get to that part where you're over there by Hammond and people are just on top of that waterfall going crazy. But if that's not the case, most of the time, if you're on it in the States, it's not about them being higher than you. As long as you shooting your shots well, you can probably kill anybody anywhere in that location. So um, I
Yeah, I
like
mean,
I like that point of it, but
I'm
um,
yeah, I'm not saying that World's Edge should be taken out. Worst map ever. Whoever made this, y'all lose y'all job. I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is, I just don't get why. Like I said, I feel like literally they take the same algorithm they drop pull. It might be 300 items that spawn on the map, or let's just say that. I feel like it's the same amount. Maybe they might up it just a little bit more, but you got Spitfires all the way in the corner of the map that ain't finna get touched. You know I need my Spitfire. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I ain't finna get it because it's all the way over in trials, and I'm not finna go over there because half the team's gonna be dead by the time I run across the map and then cut back and run through the caves and slide over the rocks and do all the extra stuff.
so why don't you just play with Loba?
Because Loba can't jump through walls and you still got to go through the caves and all that other stuff, man.
Man, Loba has
You know how it be when you running from the
what is it,
range. You
that
got to turn. You
80
got to
minute
run
80
towards the ring.
meter round radius? I think it's 80 or 70 of an area. She can drop her thing and get a bunch of stuff easy, and she can see through walls and see where the good stuff at. That's a character that will solve your issue with World's Edge. Do
All
you
right, I'm
play
finna
with
play with
her?
her. Come on,
I don't believe it. I
come on,
don't
let's play. I'll
believe
play
this.
with her right now.
Oh my god. Do
And
you
if I don't
believe
get
this
it,
man, Josh?
Man,
Nah.
he said you gonna get 10 kill with that Loba. So yeah, I see this.
Yeah, man, that man stole my character season 3 and never gave her back. I was
I
like,
put her to
man,
good
come
use.
on, man. No, you
I started
did. You
working with her.
stole
I
her.
ain't want to play Mary J. Blige.
Like you could have kept Mary J. I was like, I was playing Lifeline. I was support. This man stole her.
Man, like they gave me them gold pants, bro.
And never again have I seen Lifeline. I got all my cool skins, all my nice little banners. Never play with her. Because
Man, they
Jalen
gave
won't
her.
give her up.
Man, she got them gold pants, bro. Flyest character in the game.
This man unlocked one skin. It was like, it's wraps. I'm using it for the rest of my days.
And
That's
Mary J. Blige
crazy.
over here talking about, oh, you guys use guns. I use heavy artillery. I'm like, man, I can't keep playing with this character, bro. She making me cringe. My eye
Oh my
twitching every time she
god,
say something.
man.
I'm just looking. I'm just cheesing at the game. Like, y'all ain't hear that part, right? All right, cool.
Civvies use clips. This is a magazine.
Hey, I'd be like, bro, what you talking about? I'm like, man, I'm not gonna play with this character. It's like
The
you go to a
clips are
function, your
something
boy
you
saying dumb
fuse in
stuff. You
your
like,
hair. This is a magazine.
you like, I ain't associated with Shorty. I don't know what she talking about, dog.
Man, leave her alone, man. She ain't did nothing.
Man, she swears she swears she the best thing since sliced bread, man. And I can't get with it.
Man, but yeah, that's pretty much all we. I don't think we had nothing else, to be honest. I think. Oh, we wanted to talk about Splitgate, but I guess we can talk about that another time.
Yeah, we can get Jalen on there. Talk about it next time.
Yeah, it's free, Jalen. Jeez,
It's free.
and
Is it on
it's
Xbox?
crossplay. Yeah, it's not crossplay, ain't it?
I think so.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's pretty crossplay. I'm pretty sure it's crossplay. This man just need to get him a part of the Xbox. He had an Xbox One. He could have been playing on that crappy thing. He sold it. I'm like, man, come on, man. Yeah, what you had the S, right? You had the S, right? I think you had
yeah,
the
man, that
S.
mother kept deleting. What was it doing, man? I ain't know how to download games or nothing. It kept doing something weird.
Man, it wasn't doing
I,
nothing weird.
I had a 500 gigabyte console. And I only could use like 300 gigs. I was like, bro, this is dumb. That's
Bro,
like two Call of
that's
Duties.
exactly what's going on with the PS4 Pro. It's 1 terabyte, but it's really 8 something for the PS4 Pro. And the same thing is gonna happen with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. You know it always holds some memory for the
Yeah, you're just gonna have to.
UI and stuff like that.
200 gig, bro. 60% of the doggone thing.
Yes.
So you telling me I only get 60% of my space?
No,
My
that's
pro
60%. You get 80%.
The PS5, you get 60.
the PS4. I feel like I get like at least 750 out of that terabyte.
Mm.
That one S, bro. I felt like I was only getting like 300.
Man, you could have put an external.
Man, I ain't doing all that to play no doggone game that I don't really want to play. They got me all the way after up. They think I'm gonna add accessories to play a console that I don't really want.
Well, tune in next week, or the next 2 weeks, for another episode of convincing Jalen to get an Xbox. But it's been real, y'all. Thanks for listening. As usual, we got some more topics next week or next 2 weeks to talk about, of course. But yeah, thanks for listening. You can always find us on Spotify, on my YouTube channel at BCD Universe if you want to check out the video. I don't really put up a whole video of us talking, but it's a video of us just playing games, and it has the audio in the back. So yeah, thanks for listening. Talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.